I'd like to do an improvised guided meditation on letting go. So if you'd like to join, stay for the next 5-10 minutes or so. I'd like to do a very simple introspection of things that we can clear out within our minds. You may sit in a meditative position that is comfortable for you without falling asleep, bringing attention to the meditation. Everything starts with our breath. We'll take 3 conscious breaths together. It doesn't have to be at the exact same time, but we'll start. One, 2, 3, feel free to move. Don't feel like you have to stay perfectly still. If you want to fidget with something, if you need to wiggle your toes, stretch at any time, that's perfectly okay. Now, we've talked a lot about letting go today. As today, for the question of the day, I asked about its nature, and I'm so grateful to have received so many wonderful answers on it. So I thank all of those who are inherently contributing to this meditation, infusing all the insights that you've shared. May we all benefit from that. Letting go is a kind of acceptance. Letting go might give the connotation that you're removing something, that you're taking something and throwing it away. And there's beautiful symbolism in that, but it doesn't always have to be so separative. As letting go doesn't change anything about our circumstance, it changes everything on the inside, how we're feeling about our circumstance. Letting go is a kind of recalibrating of what we really do have power over and what really doesn't have power over us. Letting go is finding out about what we can't control and what we can. So, consider anything in your life that you feel has been challenging for you. Maybe it's some thought that just won't seem to leave you. That thought could be in the form of a fear of losing someone important to you. It could be a fear of not being enough. It could be a fear that you won't be able to find your way. That thought could be in the form of something that someone else said to you. It could be in the thought of an expectation to achieve something great, but you feel guilty for not doing so. It could be in the form of something kind that someone did for you, but you worry about being able to repay them. The thought could be something negative that something said about you. It could be a memory of a time in which things felt wonderful, but now we don't feel things are so wonderful. A memory that won't seem to leave us, that's very challenging to process, of a time that was very painful. Or it could be a memory of something random that just keeps coming back and it's driving you crazy for no good reason. Whatever it is, I'd like for you to just pick one thing that you're going to practice letting go without any expectation. But before that, maybe we should explore within ourselves why one would let go and what that really means. Letting go is to free yourself of any burden that's preventing you from being full and whole, or more accurately, preventing you from making that realization that you are already whole and full now. That's perhaps the biggest secret on the self-improvement journey, is that there is nothing to improve at the level of your true self. See, your true self is whole, and that is now a reality already. This journey of improvement is really just improving our ability to recognize that, to express that, and to act on behalf of that, rather than to change anything a part of ourselves or to remove limitations. So letting go is not about becoming better. It's about dropping the feeling that you are not. A wise man once said, "The greatest sin is to think that you are a sinner, because the moment that you attach yourself to a limitation, that becomes your destiny. Conversely, the greatest virtue is to know that inside you there is virtue. But it requires effort and consistency to bring out. Letting go does not mean becoming less of a sinner or more virtuous, because your true nature is already the same, unchanging, beautiful possibility. It's really just, and I emphasize this deeply, our expectations alone. And even then, for many of those are natural. It's an attachment to an outcome more than another. In the holy Bhagavad Gita, the song sung from a form of the divine called Sri Krishna to a devotee known as Arjuna, Arjuna asks Sri Krishna, "What exactly do I have to let go of? What is there to truly renounce?" And Lord Krishna says, all you have to let go of is just your attachment to one outcome more than another, and instead have trust that everything good is possible in your ability to make use of what you've been dealt. I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but the essence is the same. That your happiness is not determined by circumstance, but by how you are able to put trust in yourself, faith in yourself, to make use of this circumstance for something greater. No matter what that thought, that memory, that attachment or expectation is, the only thing to let go of is for yourself to be in a different position than the one you are in now. We cannot change the past, and the future has yet to arrive. Our whole existence truly takes place now. For goodness to come of this moment, it must come from something that we can do here and now. So all that which is not part of this moment, we have to let go of. With that in mind, I'd like for you to visualize this as you continue to breathe consciously. Fill with your spiritual breath the space that you are, and in it contain everything you feel is no longer serving the highest potential. Just embrace them. And as you would voluntarily tense a muscle so tightly in order to make the release that much more stark, so too, let us imagine holding tightly with all of our energy, all of those parts we have to let go of, squeezing them, holding them, embracing them, taking everything that we can possibly learn from them, leaving no goodness behind, permeating those thoughts, those words, those memories, the past, ideas of the future. Fill yourself up with those things and then begin the process of dissolving them. Ignite the sacred fire of your heart, illuminating the space, bringing warmth to these things, and watching them as they turn a shade of glowing ember themselves, and scattering in ash as they become the fertilizer for the next generation of thoughts, ideas, memories, and beliefs for you to grow out of. Just like you would imagine lighting a match and throwing it into a pile of dry leaves, imagine throwing your bomb of love into the middle of the sea of these flammable memories and making them all alight, not in destruction, not in anger, not in resentment, but out of a purificatory essence of harmony, to take the things that have served us in some way and begin to take them apart as Mother Nature does in her fleet of decomposers to transform into newer and newer life. It's not about removing anything or leaving anything behind, but to transmute and transform, to alchemize what has been into what will be. To let go is to behold the future. To embrace the past and accept the present. A great yogi once said, to meditate is to imagine that you are on fire, that you are ecstatically, joyfully, euphorically on fire. that you feel flames wrap around your head and dance on your hair. You imagine yourself engulfed in such light that you are in the heart of the thermonuclear fusion. In every star, become that burning ball which fuses together the old to create the new. Let go. Relax. Be affirmed. You're enough. You have been. You will be. You already were. Always will be. Everything that does not teach you of your eternal nature is a lesson that you have already learned from, and it's time to transform. Never even let a single limiting idea prevent you from the joy that you are destined for. All this pain, all this loss, all these feelings of being abandoned, misunderstood, the time for them is no longer. We embrace them as aspects of our journey that deepened our empathy, now that we know what it feels like to be lost, forgotten, alone. So we shall never let anyone else that comes into our life feel like that. Let us transform our feeling of being a victim of life's circumstance to being someone who has been blessed with the ability to understand what it's like for others to go through similar things, so that we may be empowered to give back in the form of love to all those that grace us with the opportunity to love. Let go, let go, totally let go, totally, completely let go. You are safe. You do not need to hold yourself together. That's what your skin is for. You are not going to burst into a million pieces. You are already being held together by your skin, held up by the ground before you, and connected by the all-pervasive divine love. Feel into the recesses of your being, where there is room to make more beauty. Let go, let go, let go. And take with me now, in your own time, 3 conscious breaths to solidify this landmark occasion in your spiritual journey. One breath to let go of all that has haunted us in the past. One to let go of any expectations for the future, knowing that all goodness that is made possible will come with due effort breath to let go of any resistance for the present moment. Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Thank you for listening, and I hope that meditation was helpful